The swamp map is a relatively good map for most killers, but honestly, I feel like it's going to be a bad map for Nurse. Map is pretty awkward sized, there's a lot of dead zones, and a lot of uneven platforms. It's going to wind up being a thing where if the survivors can loop inside of the buildings, it's going to be hard for Nurse to get easy hits. Using that lethal pursuer to know where they all are at the beginning, but... Oh, unfortunate. That's definitely a sprint burst gamer just holding it there. Oh! Okay. A lot of flashlight players. Oh, and there it is. See, in the basement we go. That's why I knew this map was not going to be the best. Okay, she has absolutely no idea where Nurse went. Was looking behind her and ran into her. This is a TTV gamer. You might see yourself downing her and then putting her in the basement. Might not be that bad. She is the one with the flashlight, or I guess there's two flashlight gamers. We're not going to throw her in the basement. Gonna keep her out up top. They're running right behind. It sounds like they're going for a body block, but they might just trade an injury for no reason. Barbecue showing people across the map, but good progress on this. No holds barred being your only gen repair thing. Are they healing under hook? Or they want to get tunneled? Like, okay. So you just want to be tunneled? Are they gonna drop pallet? Oh, it doesn't hit the stun though. Laura just wasting everybody's time by going for that blind. And that's 2 downs. We definitely don't want to count any games where survivors just completely give up or completely act like ding-dongs and throw the match. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell if the survivors are throwing or just are being that silly, you know. We are going to have one gen pop. It sounds like the gen behind on the dock is the one being blocked. I guess not. There must be a gen more progress than this. If you're in this situation, you might just tunnel out the Cheryl. Because, like, why not? Okay, so gen behind Killer Jack is being blocked by the whole part. And we have a bot. Usually the argument would be said that the game's been going on long enough that survivors have more than enough chance of winning this. That the bot is insignificant. Let's see if we can get the... Oh, hitting on the higher platform. And we just have more questionable decisions by these survivors. Good pallet stun goes through, but gotta question if these people are even still trying to play the game. If anything, you know at least a bot is trying. Kate Denson's probably going to be carrying this survivor team the rest of the way. Alright, that'll be 4 hooks for Nurse. At this point, looking to see if anybody is going for the save instantly. This gen was the one blocked by No Holds Barred. Gonna go there and... I don't know. I don't know. Playing with 2 buffs right now. You got the buff of playing Nurse, one of the best killers in the game, and then you got the buff of you're up against a TTV player, and TTVs are known to just throw the game. So it'll be an easy first kill on 5 hooks. I assume that TTV player is screaming at their chat saying, "Oh my gosh, absolute tunnel," while they just stand there and flashlight you. Servers are so silly sometimes. Free shot, see if we can go for this grab, and then this is the building you do not want to be in as Nurse. Okay. Okay. Bots are really good on gens, but they are not good on anything else. The save is going to go through for the Laura. 4 gens left. You gotta think that these survivors have big, like they're starting to not care anymore. They're starting to give up. And of course, if you are a fan of Dracula, you're thinking, yeah, let's take this nurse. Or you're thinking, no, please, survivors, keep trying. I need to get a nice win. Oh, yeah, man, we see it. We see it. If the survivors weren't giving up, I would keep saying that this map is just bad for Nurse for that specific reason. And he just accepts his fate. Boilover might be interesting. But he's not even wiggling. He's not even wiggling. Oof. Big oof. I think the board will definitely have to look at this match. Having absolutely 0 gen regression perks and no holds barred is your only gen blocking card, and survivors still just throw themselves against the floor. Oh, good loops by the bot! Good loops by the bot. There is a really big buff for the bots, the fact that they can just see through the floor and see you everywhere at all the time. Not even gonna waste time to pick that, because like, what are they gonna do if they get one more gen done? No holds barred, it'll just stop them. Finally put Kate on the floor. Now in this situation, you're hoping that the survivors don't care and just leave Kate on the hook. You find Jake, put Jake on the hook, and Laura just says, alright, it's hatch time. Very dominant performance from Nurse to start out, but also a very lackluster performance from the TTV gamers in the chat. Going to the gen that we know has been progressed a lot, and gets a grab off the blink! Oh boy. Oh boy. This Laura is definitely crying into her pillow tonight. 1 gen completed so far. That the one by Killashak that got the grab off of was the closest one. Holding the blink, trying to get close enough. Trying to see if we can get Jake. Does injure Jake. Hatch escapes do not count toward the 4K, but I would still argue that you'd want to get as many hooks as you can. I want to find this Jake and put him to bed. Oh, find somebody, but blinks through him. Or was that just the corn? Just the reeds. Scratch marks going to nowhere. The bot's gonna go down for this gen. Oh, it's so close. I must complete it. Oh, and there's a good... again, this map, due to how Nurse is right now, with how buggy she is with unable to go up and down elevations and go through thick walls, this map was just a big debuff. But again, it just didn't matter. You have the buff of having TTV players be just absolute trolls. Finding Kate Denson again, pushing her into a corner. I have 2 gens almost completed, but you just don't care. Downing Kate's gonna be a death hook for her. And now you're sitting at 10 hooks. Hatch escapes would still mean that this is a 12 hook game. But either way, opening the gate. Well, if there's a gate escape, that wouldn't count then. Didn't find him with barbecue and chili. Should know. Oh, we do find Hatch. Nice. You would assume that I didn't see him with barbecue and chili at all, so you'd assume that. You gonna let him out? Don't let his ass out. Don't let him out. I would have to make an argument with the person counting the score and the person that would keeping track of everything, that if he gets out through the gate, you only get 10 hooks. progress on this door. No lights. Nurse is very good at making sure that the gates are not being worked on. I can barely see the light from there. That distance. No progress. Barbecue definitely could have helped out there. He also had nurses calling. I don't believe that wasn't adrenaline. I thought they healed themselves. But either way, you're also standing really close to the hatch, so looking out for a key escape. And this just might be a time. This might just be timer. It's only about 45 seconds left when this next I don't know, this next bell sounds. 45 seconds left. Oh, we see lights. 45 seconds left. He jumps off. Yeah, he wouldn't have been able to go for it. And now there's about 30 seconds left just to make sure he can't open this door. Oh, we go through the gate. Oh, no. All right, the down in the exit gate. And then we're going to have a Mori right in front. I do not think Nurse meant to go through the gate, but it probably was the best option for her. And night, Jake. And that will be the 4K for Nurse. Best case scenario, Dracula can tie and force them both to get 2 books. I'm going to see a little show of the build. Rebecca had... Sorry, not Cheryl. Rebecca had head on. So she's just looking for just the big old funny... I want to make the Killer Hate Life build. Getting hooked first. She decided she didn't want to play anymore. Now, also, I will preface that not every killer might have every perk.
A miserable
little
pile of secrets.
Hex build with pain res. Alright. Hex dominance. I do not fully remember what Hex dominance does. Almost never see it, but blood favor, ruin, and pain res, of course, everybody knows what those things are. I've seen them forever. Alright. I didn't get a good look at the add-ons, but the add-ons were brown. Okay, here we go. Hex Dominance. The first time each chest is interacted with. They are blocked? Is that what it says? You'd almost think about going Devour Hope with this, but... yeah, Blood Favor, Ruin is fine. The first time each chest and each totem are interacted with by a survivor, Dominance triggers and blocks the totem for 16 seconds. The aura of the blocked prop? Prop. I guess is what they're calling it on the wiki. So what you're looking to do as Dracula in this instance is to fly across map, use Ruin as a good gen regression. Pain res is not nothing to be shrugged off either, but a lot of good regression here. The build at least is leaning toward a good possible 4K, a good tie against the Nurse, but we'll see what kind of map we get, see what kind of survivors we're playing against, see if there's any TTV survivors that want a flashlight and then jump off the face of the earth. Protus Prem Asylum. The center of this map is not the best, but some could say Dracula would be good at it because his wolf form will chew through pallets and his vampire form will fire over them. Oh, we hear footsteps. We have found Claudette. Man, Dracula's so tall. Summoning the fire pillars. Not gonna hit. It's barely off the mark. Just gonna take an M1. Not knowing that there were 3 other pallets behind him, she decides to go back into the M1, and now Wolf form, the Blood Favor, and that's just easy down. Now, assuming Claudette stays in the game here, this is going to be a good first hook. Okay. It was a very early down, not using the pain res is relatively smart. Laura trying to take a little bit of aggro, but it takes too much. So now, oh, they're gonna bolt. They are, but they're not gonna take an injury. Trying to find the Laura, try to go for those scent orbs. The orb is unfortunately in the middle of the. Oh, I thought you got 2 dashes with that. Maybe. There we go. Easy pallet destruction. Try to stick on the Laura, try to stick on the scent orbs. Nobody's gone for the save yet. Big progress on the Gen in the Killer Shack, but now you're thinking that just looping in the Killer Shack is the best case scenario. Ruin is doing a lot of progress here. Just run around and keep Ruin to do stuff. Injury on Laura. Now we're going back to the hook. Yeah, make sure that the hook is a trade. Laura's probably going to hop on the Killer Shack Gen and complete that one, but going back to this hook, you're either forcing a stage 2. Oh, you do get the save, but the endurance is out. Some people, it might not be against tunneling here. It might not be a bad thing to tunnel here, because you can, but he's just going to get the endurance hit out and go and look for someone else to grab. Can't kick any of the gens, because Ruin is still available. You know that Killer Shack is the most progress. You might want to have to head back toward there. Minimal progress here. Laura has been healed. Gonna smack that pallet like it owes you money. And a lot of pallets on this map now. Charging the dash, but not using it. Now we're in the middle of this. You almost gotta think that you're just gonna have to break some of these pallets in here. Laura's found 2 pallets back to back. Is gonna take the flame attack. Barely. A wave of flames. Using the wolf form to break that pallet is a good idea, but now there's just too many. Dropping the Laura again, hearing a lot of progress on these gens. Knowing that gen is not regressing until the survivor hopped off of it. Gonna find this Yun. Just gonna run herself into the corner, knowing she's basically dead. Alright. And now this is going to be a pain res. First pain res of the game. I'm going to walk through the pallet, assuming nobody's coming for it. It's going to be big aggression. Killer Shack pallet, or Killer Shack still has not been completed yet. But you got to know that the gen that was closest is probably over here somewhere. Running a machine. See, got some pallets over here. Just gonna play around this pallet. Scent orbs to help find out where she is. Okay. Game being a little buggy here. Barely not gonna pick up that scent orb, but she completely didn't see the dog at all. She said, "What the dog doing?" and then got bit. This could be a second pain res hook. Ruin is doing a lot so far, keeping these gens abreast. Still gonna have 2 gens done.
Stop the theatrics.
They're gonna be healed in Killer Shack most likely, but is Draki gonna head all the way over there to just keep gens? He's just gonna float around the gens. He's gonna float around his totems. They both healed in Killer Shack, but Dracula doesn't want to head there. Oh, here's footsteps. Footsteps right behind him. Found the Yun Jin. Good damage. They're pre-dropping. They know Blood Favor is in the game now, so they're just pre-dropping before they get injured. They'd rather take the hit while the... Gonna get a break on the pallet. But man, oh man. Again, probably gonna get a pre-drop. They know Blood Favor will block that pallet. And that's going to be a bot from the Laura. Of all people, the Laura. Pain Res Hook, and then a bot from Yun Jin? Why? I don't know. Very questionable decisions from these survivors. They're basically winning the game and decide they just want to leave instead. I don't get it. There is still a Pain Res Hook available for this Claudette. Not able to get the Claudette before. Oh, the vault is just slightly too good. Gonna attack the windowsill. Yun Jin is going to get saved. Probably bot saving bot. At this point, you kind of have to be afraid, though, of the bots. Because they know where the totems are. They're gonna shoot straight to the totems. Dracula has been doing really good, but I don't think Dracula's been doing good enough to warrant a PC. Very interesting decisions by the survivors. We're gonna lose Claudette. Claudette's probably gonna get healed by one of the bots then. Gonna float around on these gens, make sure there's no progress. We do have some progress here. And we find 2! Damage is not going to go off. Oh, bite in the wall. There is no pallet here, so it's pretty unsafe for the Michonne to be looping around this. Gonna get the injury. He's gonna run off back to the gens that have progress. Very interesting. Survivors not knowing that they should run away from their teammates who are working on gens. But honestly, it's probably about a matter of time before the... Yeah, it's probably a matter of time before the bots just decide to suck up all the totems. And that gen is going to get completed, actually. Ruin just not doing enough to regress it. Find the Yun Jin. Getting a survivor out of the game, even if they are a bot, would be huge. The bot's trying to play around this pallet thinking that they can pull it. I don't think the bot understands how Blood Favor works. Alright, so it's going to be a 6th hook with 2 gens left. Survivor out of the game. There's that 5. That's 5 hooks. My bad. Apology. I can count. Finding that Michonne. Oh, the injury's just not going to be enough because of the high wall. That gen is being worked on again, though, I'm pretty sure, right behind him. No regression sounds. But so many pallets on this map, you gotta think the devs are on crack for putting this many pallets on this map. Gonna continue chasing the Michonne. Probably gonna be able to get her over this pallet. And will. There'll be another pallet destroyed by this gen. Well, no, we're gonna walk around it. She... Okay, conviction! Holy fuck, a conviction play! I mean, that's what you get for slugging. You slugged her for a whole 5 seconds. That's what you get, Dracula. Ugh, my bad for getting upset. No pain res available for her. You're looking at the Claudette and the Laura that has yet to be hooked. I mean, that gen wasn't regressing, was it? Would somebody dare to just work on it right in front of them? Well, this one definitely for sure had somebody. And we find the Claudette. Claudette, still Pain Res hook available. Laura as well. Laura's gonna take a hit. He's gonna pre-drop that pallet going back to stop the save. It wouldn't be bad to hit Michonne. Michonne most likely has DS. I would not pick this up, but let's see how this goes. Oh, no DS. She's done with the game. She's done. Even though there's 3 people alive, who cares? She is gonna save the Claudette from getting hooked. But you gotta think it almost would have been better for the Dracula to just keep on that Claudette. Okay, he's staring at the grass. Oh no, looking for their scratch marks, but the scratch marks disappeared. But it probably would have just been better to go for the Claudette, because the Claudette still has a Pain Res token to give. 2 gens left. You gotta think that you need to use them at some point. But Ruin has been doing a lot of work, and these bots not been going for any of the gens. We flank Claudette. We can't have to cancel the fire because the wall's too high. Oh, back revaulting the window. See if we can catch her out off guard. Switch to Wolf Farm, try to find the sniffs. Dracula has not been the best at following the scent orbs. It kind of keeps spawning, like even right there. I mean, sure he's gonna get this injury here. It was a pretty easy and good injury, but at 5% movement speed from the scent orb, nothing to. Now the bot's gonna complete a gen across the map. Pain Res is gonna. You assume now, because of Ruin and because of that Pain Res, all 3 of your gens are likely down to nothing. Finding scratch marks, finding the Laura. 1 injury right here is all it takes. Wall's gonna be a little too high. And that right there. Barring any, oh, there won't even be a 4% jump off the hook. Just gonna Mori right here. And that will be the tie. 2 points each. Dracula and Nurse. Dracula and Nurse, conventionally really strong killers, but nothing in the game is stronger than survivors deciding that they don't want to play the game anymore and want to go next. Nothing will ever be stronger than that. And a lot of resilience. Resilience gamers, deja vu gamers. Kind of surprised the Blood Favor totem stayed up for so long. This is going to be